Bonjour à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. Alors, I have a few minutes before the kids come back from school, and I wanted to do this little video to tell you that, as promised, I worked for you today about creating a conversation course. In fact, many of you have asked me in the last few months whether I was going to have conversation classes and stuff. So I said, yeah. But I couldn't think of a concept that would make me really happy or that would make the experience meaningful. I didn't know how to bring it up. And it kind of popped in my mind last week, actually, how to do. So I'm going to try this concept because I thought it's a one-off, it's not enough, but it's hard for people to commit and come on a long stretch of time, especially with the different time zones, different commitments. And so if the group is on and off, and we don't have the same amount of participants, we have to reintroduce ourselves every time. Also doesn't work for me. So this is what I thought. We're going to start today. No, not today. For those who are interested, we're going to start on Monday to do a 4-day, a bit like an intensive conversation course. So that would be spread on Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, because the kids are not at school. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, for 1 hour each time. So 4 hours over the week. When you want to join the course, you register basically for these 4 days. And you get the replay for each of those days by the end of the weekend. So I'm going to make two levels. Level 1 and level 2. Level 1 will be more for A2, B1 levels. So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't know what your level is, don't worry. We're going to see that in a moment. And the level 2 will be a bit more advanced. If you're interested, you can also join both levels because we have more of a surface tackling of topics and more prepared as well. And level 2 will be more in depth, maybe a bit more philosophical as well, maybe more philosophical, no. What I mean is maybe more abstract thinking, and with less preparation, at least less guided preparation, so that there's something for everyone to just challenge themselves with. So I've made a little, well, I need to share my screen. Wait. I made a little outline of what this would look like. So on the first day, which would be Paris time, would be a Monday. It may be Sunday night for you or Tuesday, depending on your time zone. I will communicate on the times later. If you join the level 1 on the Monday, well, it's going to be the généralité, so just general talk, small talk, ice-breaking and small talk. So if you are interested in joining and you want to prepare, this is optional, but you can actually just know about the topic and just decide to go a bit more impromptu on the day. If you're a bit more worried or you need more time to think of your sentences, of questions you could ask, then there is a little prep work that you can be doing to prepare for that. So you can list questions that you would ask someone that you just met, like the most obvious questions, but I said like try to avoid like deadly boring police interrogatory. We don't want your date of birth and your address, and so just make it interesting. Practice how you would answer these questions, and therefore how you would be introducing yourself. and also think of what other questions or topics could be suitable and engaging. So when I mean suitable, what's suitable for small talk? That's not politics. That's not your finance. Think about like generally what is acceptable small talk if you are at a party, for example, a first meeting, but also in the context of the group that you would be in this like French conversation Zoom group. So what could be suitable and engaging? And also, how do you bounce back and encourage someone to tell you more about something? Because what we don't want is like each person reciting their thing. We want an interaction. Therefore, if someone tells you something and you're interested in it, oh, so tell me more about this, or how, why, or like, I don't know. Try to think of questions. How would you say in French to encourage developing the conversation further? Voila, so that is the outline for level 1. I give an outline because this gives you support for like and food for thought ahead of the session. Level 2 will be doing roughly the same thing, but I may also have a few questions that I want to ask you, or you will bounce back on, or you will ask each other questions and we'll let the conversation flow. We'll see where it is going. So the frame is a little bit wider. Okay. On day 2, we both levels will talk about expérience de voyage, so travel experiences. And in level 1, if you want to prepare, you can think about a trip, a holiday you'd like to share, and why this was a good or not so good experience, and your travel recommendations and tips if someone is to go into that country, that region, or that town, what is useful to know, what is inappropriate to do, etc., etc. So that's very much of a brush up of what you would have covered in A1, B2, you know, yeah, talk about a trip, a holiday. In level 2, we will do this and go a bit further and also a bit more abstract. And I will also ask if you can, apart from your personal experience, if you can share something about like the place that you're talking about that is more historical or cultural. So a bit more, I don't ask you to go on Wikipedia and learn about this and then recite it, but to make it like more, I don't know the word, so fill the blank, okay? On the day 3, so on the Thursday or Wednesday evening or Friday morning, depending on your time zone, but on the Thursday Paris time, we will talk about in level 1, so childhood memories or youth memories, des souvenirs d'enfance et de jeunesse. So we'll be using this time the past tense. It's a good brush up because I will ask you, if you want to prepare, to think of which tenses you would need to use to talk about past memories. You should be coming up with 2 of these tenses. Brush them up. If you make a mistake while talking using the wrong tense, obviously I will point things at you. Yeah, by the way, the interaction will be among the participants in a small group of 2 to 6, and I can split it into smaller groups if needed. And I will be the spying eyes and taking notes and making comments and pointing at, we will brush, you know, my my teaching method, we will brush things as we come across those. So I go from you, from what you give me, from the mistakes, what we need to correct. I think that's how we improve the best. Yeah, so think about the tenses that you will to use, and do you have a Madeleine de Proust? So what triggers memories of the past? Is there any smell, any like in particular taste, or an item that when you are in front of it, when you see it, when you hear it, when you feel it, when you smell it, it takes you right back in a happy moment in your past. So you can think about that and think about how you would share that in French. The topic for the day 3 in the level 2 will be different. Or just change. I wanted to go a bit more figurative. So I called it Home Sweet Home. And we're going to talk about home, what a home is, where your home is, but not only literally, but also figuratively. So more generally speaking. So a little bit of a debate about that. And on the last day, on the Friday, after having talked about the past, we're going to talk about the future and also dreams. So everything that is hypothetical, if, you know, or the future. So that's a hint about the use of the tenses that you may want to be using on the day. So dreams and plans, les rêves et les projets. So you could think about what your wildest dream is, why this is a dream for you, and what it would take for it to come true. And if you manage to project yourself, how do you see yourself in 5 years from now or 10 years from now? For level 2, we'll talk about le bonheur, happiness. That seems to be a very general topic. I invite you, if you like, you can go just write in and just make it up on the day, depending on how you're comfortable. You can also start thinking about like le bonheur. What does it make you think of? What would you have to say about it? Which questions does it raise? I have prepared some questions that I can, we can easily fill the hour with that. But I leave it intentionally open just because of the level. And I just send you just for pleasure. We're not going to talk about that during the session, but 2 songs. I invite you to look at the lyrics on the internet, and they're about le bonheur. Listen to them, maybe try to feel what do they make you feel like? Why? Does it make any particular thought come out that you would like to share? Voila. So I'm going to write in the description or in my newsletter, depending on where you see this video, more about how you can join these 4 days of 1 hour each, talking and sharing about a particular topic for helping with your conversation skills. Thanks a lot. I hope to see you soon. À bientôt.